Taking My Time, But I Don't Know Where. Written by cosmicocean on AO3. Read by Alexstress. Chapter 15. The kid burns through the drugs pretty quick. It should have occurred to Barnes sooner. He does too. So did Steve. Metabolism thing. It's not so bad when he's in the hospital, but when they actually get him back to May and Peter's apartment, he's putting on a brave face. Luckily, Barnes looks like the kind of guy who'd buy drugs in an alley, so he manages to keep him stocked with the good stuff. May raises an eyebrow, but doesn't say anything, which he appreciates. "How are you feeling?" Barnes asks on the third day out of the hospital. "Ribs bad," Peter mumbles from the couch, eyes closed. "Drugs good." "Fair enough. Why don't you get some sleep?" Peter doesn't have to be told twice, drifting off. Barnes is sitting on the floor up against the couch, and plans to continue to do so. He's only left the Parkers' apartment to sleep and shower since they brought him back. Barnes. Barnes looks up. May is holding 2 mugs of something. "Do you like tea?" she asks. "It's passion tea. Sweet." "I have no idea." Barnes takes the mug as she sits on the floor across from him. "Thank you." Peter only really likes tea when it's iced. He drinks it like a drain. "I think it's part of whatever's up with him. I get dehydrated too." May takes a sip of her tea. "I think we should talk." "Okay." Barnes takes a sip, too. It's not too bad. Fruity. "What about?" "You." "Okay." "I get the vibe from you that there are things I shouldn't know, but you're spending time with my boy, and I think I should know more about you than I do if that's the case." "Seems reasonable." "So, what's your deal exactly? Because what they taught me in school is that you fell off a train in the Alps in the 40s. "I did." Barnes shifts his grip onto his mug. "But I had been dosed with a bastardized version of the serum they gave Steve by the time that happened. I survived the fall from the train. Lost an arm, but otherwise survived." May's eyes stray to his arms, and Barnes rests the mug on the ground, pulling off his glove to show May his hand. "Oh, wow." "Yeah." "I bet Peter was really excited to see that." Barnes huffs a laugh. "Yeah, he was." "Did he want to take it apart?" "Told him it wasn't happening unless he knew how to put it back together again." "Reasonable expectation." May drinks some tea. "So you survived falling off a train?" "Hydra found me. They did—" Barnes' hand clenches. "Things to me. Wiped my memory. Turned me into a machine. An assassin." May absorbs this. "And the serum is why you're young?" "Young." Barnes can't remember the last time he felt young. "They froze me. Cryogenic sleep. When I wasn't being used. But the serum probably helps." May drinks more of her tea. "What changed?" "Steve brought me back out of it. I didn't. I wasn't kind to him beforehand. But he broke me free in the end. I ran, and now I'm here." "And Steve is Captain America?" "Yeah." "Okay. How did all of this happen with Peter?" "I was out for a walk. A woman was getting mugged. I went to do something, but the kid got there first." Barnes looks at him, asleep on the couch. "I told him to go home and leave it to the grown-ups. He wouldn't. I kept running into him. In the end, I couldn't let him do it alone." Barnes looks at May. "What happened to Ben?" May sighs. "Mugging gone wrong. Peter was there. He watched him go. He was really quiet for a long time after. But if he says he ran into you a few months after Ben went, I think he might have started talking again when he met you." Barnes swallows. He looks down at his hands. "Told him I'm a bad person to look up to," he mutters. "I don't think so." Barnes snorts. "You don't, do you?" "I don't, Barnes. I don't know who you were before, I'm guessing there are things I don't want to know about you. But it sounds to me like a lot of those things were done under duress, and you've barely left Peter's side since all this started. I think you're worthy of being in his life. I would have booted you to the curb by now if I didn't. Barnes looks up at May. She's watching him with a steady, compassionate gaze, and for a second she looks so much like Bex he could cry. Under duress would be a shitty excuse to all the people dead 'cause of me, Barnes tells her. Maybe, but sometimes shitty excuses are still valid. Sometimes shitty excuses happen for circumstances outside of our control. May takes a sip. Drink your tea, Barnes. Mechanically, Barnes picks up his mug, swallowing. Okay. Do you still talk to him, Captain America? He doesn't even know I'm in the city, which is how I want it. Okay. Any of the other Avengers? Natalia, the Black Widow. There's history there. I'm glad you have a friend. Yeah. May looks at Peter. He really wants to show you Fight Club, by the way. Yeah, he really likes that movie, I guess. Said Ben showed it to him. He did. May smiles fondly. Rite of passage for teenagers to be obsessed with Fight Club. I haven't seen most movies. Well, May drinks more tea. We'll just have to get you caught up to speed. They don't say anything else after that, drinking their tea in silence.